Okay, to your new viewers and fans. Well, my name is Eric, and I've called myself a software engineer, majorly backend, and I've been building software products for the past 5 years. Well, that's not necessary, but I've ventured into building startups and trying to push out my ideas, like finding pain points, problems, and pushing out my ideas, right? I'm majorly just doing startup and chilling.
That's nice. So I think there was a time you were building a startup and I was asking you about that. And you just told me that you building a new one. I'm like, how do you actually come up with these ideas? Like,
Timing is very important when you're building products, and also the market. Who are you building the products for? um do you get do you have enough conviction in yourself to build the product? So let's say the first one was okay, during the boom season, during NFT, and not NFT, like during the meme coin trading. Oh, I saw that, okay, let me just build my own version of Bongbot, right? A newer version of Bongbot
yeah,
that
yeah,
is targeted towards EVM chains, right?
exactly.
Right.
Especially
So
on Telegram.
yes, Telegram. So I was able to build that ASAP, deployed on leaks first, then went multi-chain to other chains. But when the transition from building on leaks and moving multi-chain, we saw a lot of decline, and
Yeah.
in the whole market, money was not moving around. People were not, the attention had moved from meme coins to AI.
The way trends just go like to the
Well,
other. It's crazy.
that's the market for you.
Wow.
Trends come and go, but we had to move from meme coins, from NFT meme coins, from meme coins to another place. So you're going to always have a newer thing to talk about in ecosystem, whether Web2 or Web3. There's always something else to talk about. But so after building Stormbot, a multi-chain Telegram trading bot, we moved to, we had a lot of little bit of noise, but we also that people were just there for what you can offer, which is normal, right?
True,
That's
true,
a
true.
win-win situation. But I just felt it was not in the right direction for me again. Then around September, I was having a conversation.
That was last year, right?
Yeah, last year September. We were having a conversation and around stablecoin, and they were just brainstorming. So I played around the idea for the following 3 weeks, which is September to October, right? So I played around the idea with my co-founder and I was
Because you see the whole trend of AI, everybody's saying AI. And there is one thing that people are talking about that I actually like, because people are talking about building apps, building systems, building tools that can actually cohabit with AI, that can actually work with AI, because AI cannot work standalone.
yes,
And I
true.
feel like that's the foundation of the issue we had in Web3, or we still have in Web3. The systems were not built for that technology. And we're now finding it hard because now we are starting it from scratch. We now realize that there are systems that are very necessary for Web3 as a whole to even work. The
Well,
governments, the system, payments, cross-border transactions, all this stuff were not even put in place. The whole thing, we just realized that, okay, yeah, Bitcoin came and everything is good now. We realized that, okay, if you're in Nigeria, you can send me money, me that I'm in US.
yeah.
And that was the whole thing that just made everybody like, woo, this is possible. But we didn't actually think far ahead. It was after like a few years, because this the whole thing started in 2016, yeah, if I'm correct.
Yes.
It was later that's when I realized that, oh wait, we need to actually think of the government. We need to actually think of policies. We need to actually think of, money. Money has a lot of limitations to it. I mean, dealing with money, we didn't really think far ahead. And now thinking about money now, we realize that, okay, we need the government involved. We need policymakers involved. So now we decided that this is and we started making steps because now the US actually acknowledges it, right? Now the main issue now is the underlying technology too.
Well, I would
Because you're a developer. Let's be honest with ourselves.
okay, before I comment on the technology side, I would say, as much as you think they didn't think far ahead, right? I think they thought far ahead to an extent, right? But it's a new technology, right? It's going to grow and it's going to reshape, right? Web2 took a transition, like the old Web2 took a transition for a very long time, right? Yet there's always going to be a transition phase, ups and down. In Web2, there was a rise of SaaS. Everyone wanted to build SaaS products, right? There's always going to be a transition, like in terms of technology, in terms of trends, and all of that in Web3, right? So we can give room to that, but also understand why do we why did we build this, right? Why the transition is happening, right? So now for the whole Web3 space, right, as we are moved from different transition, now we're in the stablecoin era and agency finance, right? Which is one is good. So I feel like, well, we should have been faster, right? Everybody's now coming to realize that
Mm.
you can't fight with the government.
You can't too.
You can't fight with the government. You have to
You
cohabit.
have to work with them.
You have to work with
You
them.
have to work with
They
them.
want to know. I keep saying this every time, so people like close to me that I'm talking about this thing. Government wants to know why $1 million is moving through an next $1 million is moving through a protocol or something, right? They want to know that it's not laundered funds. They want to know
We
that
avoided for so long,
exactly.
but now we
Right?
can't anymore
So
because
you have to work
everybody
with,
knows what's happening.
you have to work with the government, right? Cross-border payment solutions are coming in place, but it still doesn't solve cross-border payment solutions. Still doesn't solve everything. It's just one aspect
That's just it.
of the old technology, right? There's still other areas. People are some people are treated to reward assets. Some people are treated to insurance, right? It's the underlying technology. Blockchain is the underlying technology. Other aspects are just branches, right? And I like what some protocols are doing now. Everybody's trying to focus on solving a particular problem. Now, Aztec is solving privacy.
Oh yeah, I love what they're doing.
Exactly. Starknet is saying they're doing Bitcoin privacy, right? Good. USDC is saying we want to do a unified USDC balance. All well and good, which is almost something like what I'm building, right? I'm trying to say, okay, you don't need to go through stress spending your stable coins, right?
Yeah.
Spend your stable coins as easy as like just tap like traditional finance. I like how some protocols are now trying to redefine and say, okay, what do you want to solve, right? That's the only
Underlying
way
problem. That's very
that's the only way we
important.
can scale and push this new technology beyond borders. Why before coming, well, some days ago, like I was testing that the app is ready and just for the final development. I wanted to send money to BSC. I had money on OP, right? And it didn't feel like after solving the problem, it didn't feel like I was doing a lot of hustle, like trying to breathe, trying to transfer. I just went to my to the platform, clicked on my when my balance OP,
Yeah.
clicked on I'm going to destination is BSC. After BSC, I moved the amount and sent my USDC. And within let's say 10 seconds,
Simple.
simple as ABC, that's how we want to make that's how we onboard users, right? But down to what we're discussing. So Circle is focused on USDC unified balance, right? Plasma One is saying, okay, we are doing USD stablecoin as a payment. Everybody's finding their niche, right? And trying to solve one problem. If like what Vitalik said, that was last year that L2 should find where what the problem is they're trying to solve, right? The only way to onboard the millions of users Web3 is waiting for is aside abstraction. Most people argue that or you want to abstract a lot of things. When you abstract, people will not understand the distance. But I don't want to. You want to be able to use technology like okay, I'm like in Kenya now, like you're doing in person. In person is not like with your USD, right? With your phone number, just get payment and go
And
right.
that's still abstraction though.
It's abstraction, right? That's what I'm trying to say that I just want to people just want to use a solution that works. Nobody's bothered about technology. You will later then oh somebody is curious, right? So some people argue.
Users are really curious.
I've seen an argument on Twitter whereby someone said, "Oh, I think it was a discussion where people say abstraction will remove the curiosity from people, right? Okay, we want to know what technology is behind this, right? But it's still trying. We're still trying to solve a problem. The people that want to abstract should abstract. People that want to put it in middle should keep it in middle, but try and solve a problem that I can use.
Funny thing is that we all use those same people complaining that we are doing abstraction too much. They still use traditional applications.
Exactly.
And if you ask them how most of these applications work, some of them don't even know. Because Web2 started abstracting before we even knew they were even abstracting.
They were
Like
abstracted.
we were not even aware that they were even abstracting. Nobody was aware. We just realized that oh, this thing is actually becoming simpler to use. So I can actually do this without waiting for an hour for you to, I can actually do. Everybody just like
and the whole I think there's some applications like now everybody uses OP, right? Tap move easy. Like when you compare the Nigerian banking system and other countries, you would appreciate what's actually Nigeria is going for that. Like,
exactly.
instant transfer, like within I brought boss Safa, give me send me 2K. I can quickly send you 2K now right now, right? And can use it with a lot of services, like a lot of P2P services. You can use it on ramp, your USDT to Naira, right? But when you look at the US banking system, US banking system is different from Nigerian banking system. Like, and that's why most apps like Venmo, Cash App, and other like apps like Stripe, the other apps like where you just like connect your bank account and spend, right? But
Simple.
Venmo and any other app that's trying to solve problem, right? They're trying to solve a problem that allows users to spend money seamlessly. The goal is I have money somewhere. I want to spend it. I don't want to go through. too many hoops to spend it. I don't want to go to another one bridge A, bridge B, bridge C. Then before after bridging, then I now come back to doing on ramping. Like maybe in the future, right? We'll add fiat to our system whereby you can just move the stablecoin anywhere to fiat. But fiat is not where I'm moving to. I still want to focus on stablecoin part.
I have a question here.
Okay.
When you think of an idea, because I know you've been in a situation where had issues with the users and you also had issues with investors. So when you think of a new idea, who do you think of first? Do you think of the users or do you think of investors?
I think of the users first and the problem you're trying to solve. Investors, it might be hard, right? It might be hard, and investors will always come on board,
Mm.
right? I have this mindset that investors will always come on board, right? You have to just get your own investor. Just like when they say you have to get your own logo, like you have to get your own person. You will know when you see your person, you will know, right? That's what they say. When you see your own investor, right, you will know. But you also have to be strategic, right? Okay, I've thought about the prediction market, right? I think I was like some days ago, I was thinking about the prediction market, and I'm like, okay,
There was prediction market everywhere on
no,
X
this
at
one,
one point.
yes, yes,
But
prediction.
now they're not talking about it again. What happened?
This one has a different two states, right?
Okay.
Not really like the normal, still normal, but it's just like in a different way. So that's like who would benefit more, right? Okay, it's going to be users, right? But now let's go back to the crux of the problem. They're saying, who do I think first? I'll think of users. But why I say you have to be strategic is now, if you look at the trend
Okay.
in the market, right? Depending on how fast you want the product, depending on the kind of product you're building, also look at the trend. If I'm trying to solve a problem that I can use AI, right, and I can add source of AI, just say, okay, agentic finance, AI prediction, blah, 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 right. I've tilted towards the users and investors, right. Now I get more attention from I might get more attention from investors. Though they will filter, every investor wants to filter, okay, is this thing profitable, right?
There's one thing I think here. I feel like investors and users, they work hand in hand. Because no, think about it this way. I'm an investor, right? I want to invest in your startup. And you come and meet me and say, I have 500 or 5,000 users on this platform. And me as an investor, my brain has just sparked. I'm like, wait, 5,000 users. Just imagine if each of these users pay
So,
transfer amount.
yes, they're thinking of
So
profit.
if you think about users first,
Mm.
and if this thing actually is what users want, I feel like you get investors easily because
Yes.
every investor wants a platform that is profitable.
Yes.
And if you
That's the
have
first
users, it's easier because first there was a video I saw, right? The guy was like, if you come to me, he's an investor. You come to me the products, and I don't even care if your product you're actually charging your users at the moment. As long as you have users, I know that I can work with you to make sure that there is a way we can add a factor
Yeah.
that you'll be able to get
Generate
profit from
revenue,
it.
yeah.
As long as you have users, I just feel like you'll be able to generate revenue from that.
That's why you have to also take care of your users, right? As much as you have to find the balance on taking care of your users and also taking care of investors, right? If you're building a product, right, you have to think the what do you call it, the funding side and the user side. The funding side, okay, it's a symbiotic
True.
relationship. I give you something, you give me something. I
Give me
give you
something back.
equity, you give me profit, and you give me the money and I give you equity and profit, right?
Same.
Now, the users, I give you a product that works and give me some money, right?
Ego.
Yet it's a triangle. You have to make it perfect, right? But down the line, right? Initial, when you're solving a problem, right, you shouldn't be bothered about the funding part, right? At the initial stage. Also, like it's something you consider and say, okay, when I validate this idea, right, this is the steps you're going to take in getting funding, and this is what you're going to do, like get to make sure it's profitable, right? If you have a solution that users want, and now having a solution that users want is one thing. Can I charge the users? Uh, Imagine, let's say I didn't want to let's assume you're building a random idea and okay, you finish building it, users like it, and I'm trying to charge users, right? And users saying they can't pay.
Wait. Do you know there's a platform? I just remembered something. You remember Next Ninja?
I don't like Ninja.
Just imagine now that those people decide what they are deciding want to charge users, so we pay.
So
Everybody will just okay. I'd rather go to Netflix than I go and pay subscription on them.
exactly.
So you're right. There are some things that you can't charge users for.
Immediately, right? It depends on. I think one part I would think is it depends on the demographic.
Mm.
So if you're
What do you
building
mean?
Huh?
What do you mean?
No, I'm coming. I'm going to calm down. Even though they might drive me for this, I'm going to what this is it. It depends on demography. Africa, Asia, US, and which are
I'm
the
using my
yes,
side eyes.
I calm down, right? So there's some product, right? Everything is down to purchasing power. If you're offering a good service, right, regardless of the demographic, people will pay for it. If you look at subscription in Spotify, let's say Spotify subscription now in US is went from the amount to pay in Nigeria. It's heavily subsidized. They have solved the problem. Users like it. Users are ready to pay, right? They now have to like weigh the balance and say, okay, in demographic, like you get different. What is the purchasing power in this contract? What is the purchasing power in that contract? You want to scale and you want to be profitable, right? Can I capture as many users I can? Get as many users like I want. So let's assume, let's say, you're in the whole of Africa now. You're capturing maybe 100 million. Let's assume 100 million users, right? It makes sense. So you have to look at your product and say, okay, this product I'm trying to solve, right? Okay, can which area is it most profitable to me, right? Let's assume a social media product, or let's say social media product is incentivization. Now you will get more people if you say, okay, subscribe, and let's at the end of the month, right? You have option to get like 10 million naira or 15 million naira. You will get more people from a particular region than others, right?
About what you were saying, right? There's a particular Nigerian actress that brought out a product, and I feel like this is a good way for us to talk about this. She started selling pads, and normally we buy pads for like you can buy a pack of pads like 18, and the price is about 1 8 2000 25. That's 18 of it inside, and different sort of like weights and how they work and other stuff.
Okay.
So now she brought her own product, and her product is like a pack with pads in it, with liners, with pants, with
Okay.
wipes,
Okay.
and she's selling that for 25K. And it is marketed towards teenagers from age 8 upwards.
Okay. Or let's say 12.
Teenagers that are just starting puberty and something. She also has a book in it that she wrote, and she's also, selling that in the pack. It's like a package, understand? So now she's getting a lot of backlash because imagine going from buying pads for 2000 to buying pads for 25K.
Okay. Yeah.
But my argument is that she shouldn't have marketed it towards teenagers.
Yeah.
That's the first mistake. But I get the idea of the book in it that is towards puberty.
like okay.
But now the kind of backlash she's receiving is just sad because I felt like her marketing team didn't do their job well. Because you're starting the first thing you're doing is pushing it out at 25K, because a lot of comments, a lot of posts on social media have been saying, oh, how they need to make parts free, parts should not be that expensive.
True.
The fact that we're buying it for 2000, so we are still feeling like it's expensive because there are children that cannot afford it.
Yeah.
So now you bringing your own product now and selling it for 25K seems like
So I want
you didn't
to
read
ask
your
this.
market.
I want to ask this. So that means the following month I have to buy 25K again.
That's what we are saying now.
Exactly. So
It doesn't make sense.
This is more of a number one strategy and distribution flow.
The distribution was off.
Right. So now strategy
Was
is
off.
what I think of right now. Like at this point is she shouldn't have sold pad. She should have sold the stuff she wants to sell, which is the like okay, educating teenagers, right?
Your book.
If your idea is to target underage like teenagers, right? From let's say 8 to 20, 18. Let's put that 18, right? Now, families can be able to at least they can be able to afford this thing, maybe the book, or even if you put the book like you get just subsidize it for use for teenagers, right? Now, this thing is a monthly. Yes, it's a monthly thing. It's not like it's one. It's not like oh, it's a
Like-
one-off thing.
That's the problem I see. It's not that she won't make sales.
She will make
At
sales.
first, she'll make sales.
But she will make the fans free and sell the book at
I don't
first.
know. Like you can't.
Then-
It's not something that I
Yeah,
can buy
then from there
consistently.
you rebrand. You say, okay, I'm selling the book, right? Okay, the book costs 5,000, right? Even if it's maybe it took you 3,000, let's assume 3,000 used to do the book, right? Or for 5, right? And you say you're selling the book 5,000, right? You sell the book at first and see how users will, what do you call it? How see users
React to it.
how they will react to it, like the market will react to it. After the book, then you create a system whereby you can still reach out to these children, right? Then you now partner with brands. Some ladies react to different parts. I know that, right? Now, when you create a system whereby you have these children at hand, right? Probably through their parents or something. Let's okay, their guardians or parents, right? Okay, you have a platform whereby you can log in, like now Flow now, you can log in and know your period plan correct. Yeah, so when there's sometimes
So your
where like,
suggestion should have been an app.
might not be an app, might not be single WhatsApp bot.
The product itself, right, is not bad
It's not
because
bad.
it's
No.
actually plant based, and that's what a lot of people have been trying to achieve for a long time, and they've not been able to
No,
do
I'm,
that.
I'm I'm trying to look at the distribution and actually can capture a lot of users, right?
Okay.
If you gather a lot of teenagers, you can create a list. Okay, well, maybe you distribute this sort of, you want to make parts free. You're partnering with brands. Okay, let's say, what's the popular brand? Always or Aya or this in partner. Okay, they give this sort of children. Oh, this children say, okay, I'm reacting with this kind of part, right?
But those guys are competitors, though.
They're competitors, but you as a business person, right? I'm not using this as an example. You as a business person will have to make what is going to be profitable to you, right? If a brand is coming to say that, okay, I will give you this also and so, right, and this is what you're going to gain, right? You look at the other deal and you weigh the deals and say, okay, this one is profitable. Let me go with this brand, right? Even with branding, say, even with selecting brands, right? Branding should not be your problem. You're trying to solve one problem. The kids are your problem. So when you create a system that accommodates a large number of these things, you can then push out product. Okay, you can create your own list and say, okay, well, maybe down the line, maybe 1 year after, and say, okay, if you want this also pan and this also something, pay 10,000. You already captured them from the early stage, right? By sending book of three, maybe a cheaper at a cheaper amount, and I'm giving them guidelines on how to do about what they call it, variety stage. Right? What else? Think long term.
Sure.
Like, and I'll still say it's a strategy and distribution problem. Strategy, distribution, and marketing, right? Now, if you're looking at the other groups might be able to afford the 25K, right? But it still doesn't justify why I should go and buy 25K when it's going to be a monthly thing. It's not like you, what do you call it, you have a product
Something you need
once.
every month
Yes, you know, you have a product once and that's all.
doesn't make
Yeah.
sense.